Hey guys, welcome back to Ben and Brewing's channel. If you haven't been here before, we do product reviews, tutorials, and we have a live chat feature on our website to help you through your Brew Day 911s. Check it out at benandbrewing.com. Today's video, we're going to actually take one of my friends who's never brewed a beer before. We're throwing them right in the deep end to see if they can brew a beer on the new iGulu S1. Let's see how it goes. All right, so before we get started on our brew day today, a reminder that today's video is sponsored by iGulu. We'll have a 20% off coupon in the description below if you wish to purchase the F1 or the S1. That is an affiliate link, so it does help our channel when you use it. Now, I've brewed on the F1 a number of times, so I'm very familiar with the intricacies of the machine itself. And since we've gotten the S1, I've brewed a number of batches on it as well. So I would say I'm very familiar with how these systems work. Which begs the question, if you're someone that doesn't know how to brew beer and has never used the system before, how easy is it really to do? We're gonna find out today. All right, so before we get started brewing today's batch, I do want to introduce you to my best friend and neighbor, Danny. He's going to be our brewer for today, brewing up our pale ale kit. And Danny, you enjoy drinking beer.
For sure.
We do that most nights, I think.
Most nights, yeah.
Where we enjoy some beers, so definitely cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to you. We appreciate you coming over and doing this with us. Now, what's your exposure and experience to brewing beer? Have you ever brewed a beer before?
No, I have not. Never brewed anything. Just go to the store and buy beer.
Yeah. So we're going to get into the brewing of it today, and we're going to see how simple it really is, if it's actually that simple, to brew up a batch on the iGulu S1. All right. Do you want to start by opening up the kit? Let's see what comes inside the kit itself. Kind of get familiar with the ingredients.
Dry malt extract.
Yeah.
Prime sugar. Natural hops bitter. Dry brew yeast.
And our sticker. That's going to be come into play later. So let's open it up. It's got a lock on it. So this, like that.
Okay.
There you go.
And
I think I got a tool for that. A lot of the iGulu kits, they come with the little
nice.
pry tool there.
So just pry up like that?
Right underneath, between the orange and the, yeah, right there. These kegs seal really tightly because it does it under pressure. So it's to make sure nothing pops off. So they are definitely on there. There we go.
So really get it started with the tool.
Yeah.
And then you got to use your manly force.
There you go.
Or nice strong woman.
Which you have of in abundance.
Well, yes.
Yes. All right. Our keg's already clean, but we do need to sanitize, and that's an important step. So I've got some sanitizer mixed up in here. This is Star San. This is what I recommend. Basically, you're going to pump this, and you're just going to spray the inside surface with it. Just a light misting of it. What that's going to do is kill any of the wild yeast or bacteria that may be in the keg itself so that your beer comes out with the flavors you want. Yeah, that's probably good.
Okay.
Good. Tilt it up on the side a little bit and just mist it in there. There you go. Go ahead and take off the straw. That whole thing just pops right off. There you go. And then spray some sanitizer through that.
Through the straw or
Both.
the lid?
Yeah. Basically, you want to do anything that's going to touch the beer, you want to just briefly spray it to make sure it's nothing on there is going to impact the flavor. You can spray it in there.
There you go.
That's what I usually do. Beautiful.
So the sanitizer itself stays in there?
You can dump it out, but this particular one, especially Star San, you don't have to worry about it because it actually, when you pour water on it, it turns into like a yeast nutrient. The yeast actually consume it and it makes them healthier. So you could actually leave it in there. So we're gonna add our water to it, right? That was our next one.
Right.
Up to 116. I've got some filtered water there.
Which there's a line on it.
Yes.
So my question would be, the water is just tap water? Or filtered water?
It is filtered water. When you're doing any of the kits, you don't want to use straight tap water because of the chlorine that's in there.
Yes.
You want to somehow filter it out. Doesn't have to be reverse osmosis, doesn't have to be anything crazy, just some way to remove, I got you, remove the chlorine from the water. So a charcoal filter, carbon filter is good enough, or just get spring water from the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what do we got next?
Drip the hop extract into the water and stir well.
I will get you a spoon, but you got your hop extracts.
All 3 packages?
All 3.
So, like obviously, Brian's unprepared with the stirring mechanism. Oh!
Spared no expense. We'll sanitize that before we stick it in there, but in the meantime, hops, right?
Ready to
All
go?
right, let's do it.
It says drip slowly or
Just squirt it in
squeeze
there.
it in?
Yeah. So that's going to be what's responsible for the bitterness in the beer that helps balance the malts.
Oh, different color, Brian.
Yes.
Wow.
So the first two were actual specific to a hop called Mosaic for this particular kit.
Okay.
This one is more of just a general bittering. So it's not any specific hop flavor, it just enhances the bitterness. So you're getting the hop flavor from those two packs. This one enhances the bitterness to help balance the malts.
Which it does say.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's neat how they kind of engineered to do that.
Yes. Okay, at this point, I got to stir well. So sanitize.
Yep. Get your sanitizer here.
Da, 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 da. Stir it, make it well.
Like plants, it's important to sing to the beer
Well,
as you make it.
well, I'm trying to brew a perfect
Absolutely,
beer.
absolutely.
I'm in love. Add malt and sugar and mix well again.
So that's your malt. I got a scissors right there if you want to cut
Oh, Brian's prepared.
top on there
with
this time.
Scissors.
This time. So what I recommend when you cut it, just do just a corner. There you go. Well,
I know how to mix cement.
that's true. I was about to say you've mixed cement before. I don't know who I'm talking to.
Pour it all in and then stir, or halfway, or
You can
what?
pour it all in.
What do you prefer?
Pour it all in.
Pour it.
Yeah.
Sugar.
So the purpose of the malt extract, that's where you get most of the beer flavoring from. That's been extracted from grains, and that's a lot of the fermentable sugars that are in there. What you're adding now that iGulu did, this priming sugar, this actually will, one, boost the alcohol in the beer itself, and also dry out the flavor. So it's a little bit drier in the finish, which is kind of what you want for a pale ale. You want some dry and refreshing. Like a lot of the beers you enjoy, you don't like anything super overly hoppy.
No.
You like crisp, a little dry, very sessionable. Like that's kind of the beers that you appreciate and you gravitate towards.
Well, sugar is mostly for the fermenting to make the alcohol, right? Or
Correct.
is it the yeast? It's the mixture of both.
It's the mixture of both, because the yeast are going to eat the sugar and convert that to the alcohol. And then now you're going to stir it so we'll dissolve up all the,
Da, 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 da,
while singing.
da, 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 da. So when you're stirring, to me, it looks a little lumpy.
It clumps together. Yep. It gets
So-
real sticky, so you want to keep stirring it until you get it.
Vigorously stir?
Yeah, you can stir it vigorously. That's actually probably a good thing when you're stirring it, because you'll help kind of oxygenate it too, which is good. And it doesn't have to be 100% dissolved. I would get it maybe 90% there, and the rest
So
of it.
I'm noticing the more vigorous I stir, I'm able to break it up.
Yeah. It's time for more beer.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. All that stirring got a little break.
Oh, my arm hurts.
Oh, there you go. All right, what do we got next?
Sprinkle in the yeast without stirring.
Yes.
That was a good sprinkle.
That was good. You're a very good sprinkler.
You have to be.
Yes. Oh, that's refreshing. And then crunch that lid down.
It does have a touch.
It's got a good seal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you're gonna put the lock, the lid lock, which just wraps around and then clamps. Here you go. There we go.
Oh. There it goes.
Perfect. It's sealed. It's ready for the next step of loading into the fermenter.
So at this point, I gotta say that was pretty easy, simple. Directions are very clear.
Let's load it up.
Okay. So just pick
Take
up
that lid
this
right
lid.
off. Yep.
It just sits up there very simply. And then don't drop your brew. Get it in there real nice. And it just sits in there perfectly.
Yes. Now, it did say to hook up the pressure monitor and the serving line. So let me show you what those are, because those I don't think were real clear on the instructions. So inside here, you see that little tube?
Yes.
Go ahead and lift it up. That's your pressure monitor. It hooks right onto the keg right there. Just push it down. Done.
Locks in.
Yep, that monitors the pressure in the keg as fermentation is going, and if it gets too much pressure, it'll release it to make sure it doesn't get overpressured.
Okay.
So that's that. Now we got to do the serving line, which is this little guy. So let's run some sanitizer through it. All right, so it's important on this tube, there's that clamp on there, clamp that down all the way. That makes sure that no beer comes pouring out of it when you connect the serving tube.
Okay.
That cooks right into the center of the keg there, just pop it in.
Does it matter which direction?
Doesn't matter because it can swivel. It'll swivel, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, just pop it on. Done. Now to serve then, or to put the serving tube in, there's a hatch right there. Pop that guy open. There you go. Go ahead and lay your tube in there. And what you're gonna do is push forward on the handle and then push that tube into the orange mark.
Okay, now the clamp's in the way though.
All right, so,
So
I
you
probably
really-
slid it down.
You
so
want to really clamp it back further?
yes.
Okay.
Yep, I should have caught that. So we'll just move that back and clamp it down.
That's why I'm a super.
That's why
I'm a superintendent.
He's not afraid to tell people how it is.
So,
Yeah, that's it.
you
It just
gotta-
lays in that
it
channel.
just it don't have to.
Nope, that's it.
There's not a little thing to hold it.
Nope,
Okay.
just to close the door.
And then close the door.
And then we can put the lid back on it. All right. Now, we're going to program it.
Okay.
Okay, so we got everything loaded in. Let's go ahead and turn on the iGulu. Next to the power cord there's a little toggle switch. That little guy, yep.
Just
Turn
push-
that on.
Yep.
That's it.
Got it.
And then let's go ahead and scan our sticker in. So let's go around and you just hold it up to the G.
So what Brian's telling me, you just go to the G, you hold it there,
And the screen will change. There it is.
and the screen did change.
So now it's saying Mosaic Pale Ale,
Yes, it is.
and it wants you to confirm.
And check.
Yep. So what it's doing is day one of fermentation, that's the temperature it's going to ferment, and that's how much pressure it's going to allow to build in the keg.
It's cooking.
It's cooking. So the lights have changed to orange. That means it's fermenting. It's current temperature. You're sitting at 1 psi, and it's got a 10D, so 10 days left until it's ready. So that will update every day as you get closer.
But I don't hear nothing.
So you mentioned the noise, because we've got an iGulu behind us, and you hear it kick on right now. You hear that compressor going?
Yeah.
We turn this one on, it is cooling down, but you don't hear it. There's not a compressor in the S1, it's the thermoelectric cooling.
Whoa, I hear it.
You hear the fan kick on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I feel like I'm brewing.
Now you're brewing.
Now I'm a true brew buddy.
You should have worn your shirt. So it's cooking. I mean, it's brewing. It's going to chill it down and it's going to ferment it. We're going to let you hang on to this for the next 10 days. Keep an eye on it. You can look at it. You can give it a hug occasionally. Make sure you sing to it.
Oh, I will.
That's important. You got to sing to it.
iGulu, let's go home to my castle.
All right, so we are here with the tasting of the pale ale. Danny, thank you so much for keeping the iGulu safe in your man cave.
Yes,
in the
sir.
garage. We're excited to taste it. Now, you guys have not tasted it yet. Full disclosure, I did cheat a little bit. I did have a little bit of a taste just to make sure we were good to go. But I haven't told them anything about it. And we've done this kit before. We've tasted it before. But I want to get Danny's unvarnished opinion as far as what he thinks about it. And then we'll talk about kind of the brewing process and what you think of it. So, should we dive right in?
Let's go.
Cheers.
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 Now, it's quite a bit ahead on this thing because it does foam a lot when you first pour it out of the keg for the first couple pours. A lot of citrus in the nose. I get orange.
That's exactly what I'm getting. It's a lot of citrus. I think we said this last time, but it tastes like orange juice a little bit.
I think I taste a little bit of a nutty flavor.
Okay.
That's how I
Sure.
taste it. Very good though.
Is it too bitter? And we talked about this before. Like, you don't do super bitter IPA, which is why we kind of more the pale ale, which is still tends to be a little bit on the hoppy side. So as far as your palate's concerned, is this still a little bit too bitter for something you would want to sit down and drink?
No, I think it's something I could enjoy and drink it, and maybe have one or two more. I like that flavor that's in there right now, and if it was stronger of an IPA, not that kind of guy that enjoys that.
Some bitterness.
Yeah,
It
the
was
bitter.
too bitter.
Yes,
Yeah.
but this is really good.
The head retention on it's ridiculous. Like it just doesn't go away.
I think it came out really good.
No, I think the process of doing it and being coached by you and going through the process and then bringing it down to my house, it was simple. It was something that I felt comfortable doing, and
It can be a little intimidating at first because of all the ingredients. Like,
Yes.
It's a little like I've got this big machine and all this stuff. Like, what do we do?
yes.
But after running through it, did it seem as
No,
complicated
it
after
seemed
the fact?
no, not at all.
pretty
It
straightforward.
was pretty straightforward, and with your help, of course.
Yeah.
But once you learn the process, I don't think it would be anything that would intimidate someone to make their own
Once
home
they go
brew.
through it, it's really not that difficult. It's
No.
pretty plug and play. Yeah.
So when it's done for consumption, is there a shelf life on it? Do you have to drink it within a certain amount of time?
Usually, it depends on the type of beer. If you're
Okay.
doing, like you said, an IPA, you want to get those fresh because those hop bitterness tends to oxidize or tends to go bad or not be optimal. Not necessarily go bad.
Right.
Pale ales, you get a little bit more time with them, but usually within 4 or 5 weeks is probably good. The good thing with the iGulu tube, because it's such a small batch, I mean, it's like a 12-pack in there.
Yeah.
And you and I can do that in an afternoon, so it doesn't last. We appreciate you doing this, Dave. This was a lot of fun. We'll definitely have to do it again. If iGulu's, when they're launching more kits, we'll definitely have to maybe have you out and brew another one, and we'll take it back down to your Eagles man cave.
I'm on board.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 everyone. Cheers.
Oh, anytime. My best friend, right here.
It's on record.
He said it first.
But again, Danny, we appreciate you doing this with us. This was a lot of fun. We'll definitely have to do it again. Maybe we'll haul that thing back down so you can finish it off in your garage.
Oh no, we're gonna finish that today.
Okay, it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah. It's only a 12-pack.
That's amateurs. Well, if you guys have experience brewing the Pale Ale kit on your F1 or S1, let us know your thoughts. If you like it, if you didn't like it, if you've tweaked the recipe at all, definitely let us know. Catch you later, my friends.